Tonight's headlines: Marcos tackles job generation. More inspection of sugar warehouses seen, says Palace. Philippines posts 3,758 new COVID-19 cases. NAIA suspends operations due to red lightning alert. Philippines and Japan bolster ties for infra projects. BSP hikes rates anew with inflation target breach. Philippine stocks gauge peso and sideways. Good evening. Today is Thursday, August 18, 2022. I am Elmer Navarro Manuel and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. recently met with members of the Private Sector Advisory Council to discuss plans on generating more jobs in the country. The PSAC said that the council, led by its convener and Aboitiz Group President Sabin Aboitiz, had recommended 5 measures to the President to create more employment for Filipinos. The meeting was attended by Aboitiz along with the Council's Job Sector Lead RFM CEO Joey Concepcion and members JG Summit President and CEO Lance Gokongwei, SM Investments Vice Chairperson Tessie C. Coson, Magsaysay Group President and CEO Doris Magsaysay Ho, Alliance Global Group CEO Kevin Tan, and Ayala Corporation Independent Director Rizalina Mantaring. Marcos and the Council will meet again in the coming weeks to lay out a roadmap that will help the build and tourism sectoral groups secure quick and substantial wins in the first 100 days of the administration. Malacanang on Thursday said authorities will be conducting more inspections of sugar warehouses, and Press Secretary Trixie Cruz Angeles mentioned that customs agents had exercised their visitorial powers on a warehouse in Pampanga as part of the directive of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to check warehouses that may be hoarding or keeping smuggled sugar. Later in the day, the Office of the Press Secretary provided details of the Bulacan raid, saying that 2 warehouses in San Jose del Monte owned by a Chinese-Filipino sugar trader were inspected late Wednesday evening and on Thursday afternoon. On Wednesday, authorities found around 25,000 to 30,000 sacks of different kinds of sugar, which were neatly stacked in the warehouse, whose owner insisted that his sugar stock was locally purchased. The inspection, conducted by customs agents and personnel from the Department of Agriculture, was done after authorities received information that an individual was supposedly keeping hoarded sugar to gain huge profits. The Philippines on Thursday registered 3,758 new COVID-19 infections, increasing the nationwide tally to 3,844,708. Based on the Department of Health latest data, the fresh new cases brought the country's active tally to 36,115, up by 1,014 from the 35,101 active cases reported on Wednesday. The DOH said the National Capital Region topped the regions with number of cases in the recent 2 weeks, with 14,779, followed by Calabarzon with 9,147, Central Luzon with 5,027, Western Visayas with 2,638, and Cagayan Valley with 2,206. Additional 2,703 recoveries reported, increasing recovery tally to 3,747,372, while at least 48 new fatalities were recorded, bringing the death toll to 61,221. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Magandang araw mga katribu! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelovelo, Comfy Manalo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Jerk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising na!
In other news, flight and ground operations at the NAIA International Airport were temporarily suspended due to the red alert raised by Pag-asa on Thursday afternoon. The Manila International Airport Authority said the red lightning alert was raised at 3:12 p.m. and said that the alert is a safety measure taken to prevent untoward incidents from happening when lightning is prevalent in the immediate area and may endanger personnel, passengers, and even flight operations. Based on its latest advisory, the State Weather Bureau said cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms will prevail over Ilocos Region, Cordillera, Batanes, Cagayan, Isabela, Zambales, Bataan, Aurora, and Quezon due to the low pressure area and southwest monsoon. Metro Manila and the rest of the country will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms due to the southwest monsoon and the localized thunderstorms. In business, the Department of Public Works and Highways disclosed that the Japanese government has committed to continue its support to the Philippine government's infrastructure initiatives under the administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. The DPWH said Japanese Ambassador Kazuhiko Koshikawa paid a courtesy visit to Public Works Secretary Manuel Bonoan on August 17, during which the two leaders talked on coordinating bilaterally and to push forward the fruition of more infrastructure projects. The DPWH said Japan has been and continues to be the largest source of official development assistance for the Philippines, with grants, loans, and technical assistance provided since 1966. The DPWH said the Islamic city of Marawi has benefited from a 2 billion yen grant for the design and build of the 18.97-kilometer Marawi Trans-Central Road Phase 1 under the Program for the Support to Rehabilitation and Reconstruction of Marawi City. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas continued to tighten rates on Thursday as consumer prices are still seen to climb higher than the government's target range for the year. BSP Governor Felipe Medalla said the Monetary Board decided to hike rates by 50 basis points effective Friday, August 19, the overnight reverse repurchase facility to 3.75%, the overnight deposit facility to 3.25%, and the overnight lending facility to 4.25%. The central bank hiked its 2022 inflation outlook to 5.4% from the previously forecasted 5.0%, while it downgraded its 2023 outlook to 4.0% from 4.2% and for 2024 to 3.2% from 3.3%. Medalla also said that overall domestic demand conditions have generally held firm despite moderation in economic activity given the employment outturns and ample liquidity and credit. And the main stocks index ended almost unchanged on Thursday ahead of the announcement of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas' key rate decision, while the peso finished sideways to the greenback. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index rose by 0.08% or 5.64 points to 6,824.63 at the closing bell. The broader all shares slipped by 0.003% or 0.11 points to 3,619.77. Reina Capital Development Corporation Head of Sales Luis Limlingan said that investors remain vigilant ahead of the BSP meeting later as the market traded slightly higher. Volume was thin at 909.51 million shares, amounting to 13.76 billion pesos. Decliners surpassed advancers at 104 to 96, while 40 shares were unchanged. Meanwhile, the local currency finished the day sideways to the US dollar at 55.888 from 55.86 on Wednesday. That wraps up the stories tonight. Catch us again tomorrow only here at Daily Tribune's Facebook page. Again, this is Elmer Navarro Manuel and you're watching Tribune News on Cue. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night and God bless us all.
Daily Tribune would like to thank the following: Makati City, SM Supermall, Sharp, Century Peak, Prime Homes, Tulfo, DOTR Railway, LRTA, LRMC, Megawide, PGMA, DBP, CAAP, ICTSI, Aboitiz Power, Aboitiz, Udena, Cocogen, Globe, NLEX, Team Energy, MPT, Philcomsat, FDC, RCBC, Divina Law, Maya, Smart Trade, HMNF, LG, Smart, Maybank, PLDT, Caliraya, Mr. Freeze, Senator Villar, Meralco, Republic Cement, Century Property, EK, Mapicon, Carranza, Houseland, Pag-ibig, Meralco, Isuzu, Toyota, Tok, Suzuki, MG, Angkas, Mitsubishi, Beautyderm, SM Retail, NAC, Mondelez, BPI, Araneta, Insight, Pure Gold, Deco, Watson, Copiroti, Pagcor, and Simply Thai.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its vibrant community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tarsito are available on our community Viber.
sa kanasin dahil